Hello and welcome back to yet another Flight Sim stream. I don't think I've flown around Pearl Harbor in previous streams. At least I hope not. So apologies if I have. Pretty sure I haven't. Today we're hopping around the islands of Hawaii, and we're going to fly through, and we're going to try and land on the strip. I don't know how long it is, but it's a little strip in the middle of Pearl Harbor because why not? Now, Pearl Harbor is the only one we've actually added any scenery to. So, if you're on PC, then you can go and download the Pearl Harbor Flight Sim. Flightsim.to is the website. You can go and do that, download that, put that in your community folder, and you'll see exactly what I see in today's stream. None of the other airports or airfields that we're going to be landing at or flying over today have been modified in any way. They're all the default one, so you'll see it as I do in the sim. So yeah, welcome to the stream. If you haven't joined us before, we stream simulation games, mostly at the moment flight sim because uh, why not? And it's good fun and it's nice and relaxing as well. At least sometimes it is. Depends on the weather and me, of course. It depends a lot on me as well. So yeah, we're flying the Diamond DA62 today. One I've only flown. This is the third time I would have flown this today. So if I'm doing everything wrong, that's because I don't know the aircraft very well. So this could be a rather interesting and scary stream. Hopefully I can start it up. I haven't even done that yet, so you're going to see me start it up the same time I'm learning it. So last two times I was flying it, where the plane was already started, so I didn't actually need to do that. So yeah, shall we get started and get in the aircraft? Hope you're all doing well. Thank you for joining. Let's get on with it. All right, here we go. This is our main screen. Now, in the top right corner is flight is yeah. Oh, okay, it's not loading. In the top right corner over there, I need to modify that. 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves a moment. I forgot to do this before the stream. So basically, what this does, it allows you to track my aircraft in real time, and you can click on the link. You can't click on the link. If you type exclamation mark track me in the chat, you will be able to track my flight in your own browser. So you can have me up on one screen if you really want to, and then up on another screen or split screen in a browser. It's quite a cool little feature actually in it. It's also useful if you're simming as well and you just want to see where you've flown or where you're flying to, where you're flying from, whatever it may be. You can track that and see it on a map rather than just seeing yourself on a map with no track behind it or whatever. So there are other programs that do it, but I quite like this one. It's nice and simple. Just run it in the background of Flight Sim. It gives you a link and away you go. You just click on it and that's it. So I'm going to type that in the chat now and hopefully that works. So that is the link. If you click on that, it'll actually load up the page that you see in the right hand side, obviously full screen, and you'll be able to see me and any other fly-by-wire because it captures those as well, even if they don't have it enabled or have this plugin. It will capture any fly-by-wire aircraft. So the A320 fly-by-wire aircraft will all show up on there as well, and anyone else running this plugin. So that's quite cool. Anyway, shall we get going? Because I'm not sure how long this is going to be, and I don't want it to take forever. It was hopefully going to be a shorter stream today, but we will see, won't we? Hello, I'm being buzzed. No, I'm not. Let's ignore that, shall we, and just get on with the flight. Right, let's make sure I've got sound. We have got sound. Now, before I start, make sure that you can hear me, for one, and make sure my volume is good, because I don't want to spend how many hours doing the stream and no one can hear me, or the plane's too loud. So hopefully I'm okay. Hopefully I'm a good volume. So there's quite a few people around, I noticed as well. Actually, quite impressed by that. Flying around this particular area, and I can start seeing them on the actual map now. I'm also using, I've got running in the background, I don't know if you can see this. Let me change the screen so that I can actually show you. Oh, the weather's just changed suddenly. Display capture. Let me see if I can just... Right, here we go. So this is, I'm using a little nav map, and what you can do is you can plan your route within Flight Sim, save it as a PLN file, which is the kind of standard export that it does, and that you can then sync Little Lav Map. It's a free application, by the way. Just search for Little Lav Map on Google, and you can visually see your route that you've planned in Flight Sim. Now, this is the first time I've used it, so obviously we can see already that there are 2 other aircraft on here that weren't on here a moment ago, and I have no idea what they are, but obviously they're using Little Lav Map, Little Lav Nav Map. Oh my God, words, words have eluded me once again. And yeah, obviously not all aircraft are going to show on here. I suspect these are people that are using Little Nav Map as well, but who knows? I'm sure there are more aircraft than that. Well, there definitely is because we just saw them. As you can, oh my God, look at this! Look at this! Wait, is that just? Are they people flying, or are they just generic models? I don't know what's going on there. There can't be that many people in there, surely. Interesting. Anyway, we're going to take off on runway 17. So this one here. So we are currently the yellow aircraft there. So we're going to taxi down via H. Now the good thing I've just noticed about this, it also gives you the taxiways. The numbers, the letters or numbers, numeric values, whatever you want to call it. So if you're doing voice comms or not necessarily, voice comms. If you're doing VATSIM, oh hello, it's just suddenly flicked back. If you're doing VATSIM or similar other voice communications, ATC traffic control and all that kind of stuff, it's very useful when they tell you where to go, because if you're unfamiliar with the airport and you and they tell you to go down a certain route, to follow a certain route, and you have no idea and you don't have the charts, you're a bit stuck. And it's going to look a bit embarrassing if you don't know where you're going. So this is actually pretty cool. I would have liked to have seen these a bit bigger, so maybe I could change those. But at least it will tell me where to go. So we've got to follow down to H and then all the way along A and around to 12. No, apologies. No, we're going to go down H and then up A and then across B, across runway 21, and then follow E onto our chosen strip there, which is 17. That's the one we're going to be taking off from today. So there we go. That is where we're going. Now you may ask why we're taking off that way when we're going off in that way. Why don't we just taxi down to this runway 03 and then take off in that direction? Well, I don't like making this easy for myself, so I'm going to make it hard. We're going to go around that way. I mean, it's not that hard to turn around, is it? Now, that is that. So I'm going to get into the game now. Let's maximize that window so we can actually see the entire screen. So this is the Diamond DA33. This is just a generic one. There's nothing. This is in Flight Sim. It's not an additional one. It's not a paid-for aircraft or anything like that. So performance-wise, I don't know how accurate that is. I'm sure there's a mod for it, but I haven't even actually looked for that. So we're just going to use the default aircraft in Flight Sim. So if you've got the base version or the standard version of Flight Sim, you'll be able to fly this one too. And also on the Xbox as well. So yeah, enough chat. Let's get going, shall we? Oh, I like the tips on the wings there. I really like the curved on the wings and on the on there as well. Oh, nice. Now, one thing I did have a problem with earlier when I was landing this aircraft is that the rudder pedal, I found either that I was pushing too heavy on it, and when I was landing, I was all over the runway. I've got rudder pedals, that's why you can see it moving like that. Look, no hands. And I don't know, I just struggled a little bit. Don't really know why, so looks like everything's working fine there. Alright, let's get this thing started up, shall we? If we can figure out how to do it. Very simple, really. Not much in here to look at. We've got the trim, fuel control for the engine, pump, auxiliary pump there. So, like I say, I'm not entirely sure. You know what this interior reminds me of more of is an actual car. It looks like they've designed it to make it feel like a car. Just, I mean, even the seats are more car-like than kind of anything else. There's actually, oh my God, I didn't realize there was another 2 in the back of the aircraft. That's quite impressive. I didn't really know that. Now, I don't know if these doors open or not in this particular aircraft. But yeah, pretty neat. No, I don't think they do. I don't think any of the doors open. No, not these ones. So we're going to go back to default position. Right, let's get this puppy started. So firstly, we need power. We need to turn the power on. Now, let's find out where the power is. Electric master. Yep, that is correct. I can hear something. Very quiet, but I can hear it. Oh, okay, okay, right. So we're going to turn fuel pump on. Start off with one first, and we're going to start. So left engine. Like so. And we need to start that. Not the alternator yet. Where's the starter? Starter. Oh, there we go. Hold that down. There we go. Oh, it didn't start. So left end and master. Start the engine. There we go. I'm releasing the starter. Turning the alternator on the left. And let's get these screens turned on, shall we? Avionics master, let's get these turned on so we can actually see what we're doing.
Leahy ground, UKV 6170,
Of course, we've got 80.
6170 requesting pushback.
No. See, this is something that really annoys me. So we're going to stop pushback.
Pushback request accepted.
Hopefully it doesn't. I told it not to do. Yeah, it looks like it's going back. So every time you turn the power on in any aircraft, on my system at least anyway, it automatically wants to do pushback. Kind of annoying, but that's fine. So we can turn the pump off now because the engine is started. Let's turn the right engine pump on, master on, and turn it to cross feed. Right, see if we can do it with the engine visible in the right hand side of the screen. And start. Hold. Letting go. Hopefully it stays on this time. And fuel pump off. And we're going to put the fuel on properly all the way. Don't need auxiliary pumps, obviously. We managed to start it without those. Okay, so that is the engines on. Let's turn that one on as well. PFD, MFD is what these displays are basically called. Now, we already have our flight plan programmed in, obviously. And what we need to do is turn the alternator on for the right. I don't think we need to worry about any of this stuff. This is de-icing stuff. We're going to put it to normal. Although we're not actually going that high, but I have a feeling it's going to be colder. Although it's 27 degrees, actually we don't need that on at all. What is this down here? Let's see if I can change the view. Why is it not changing? There we go. So left hand pedal adjustment. Okay, well we don't need to worry about that. We'll leave the masters on. P2 heat we'll leave off. Electric landing gear is fine. So I think we're all good there. Can I change the view? Yes, I need to turn that way. Okay. I think we're pretty much good to go. That looks good. We're going to set flaps to takeoff. We'll do that now so we don't forget. All right. And lights, we definitely need lights. So lights are in the middle up here. So we're going to put our landing lights on, taxi lights on, positional lights on. We're going to turn them all on basically. Strobe light on as well. All the lights are on, ready to go. You can just about see them underneath there. Now it does have retractable gear, so we will be able to put those away once we're in flight, which is nice. Very nice. Neat little plane. I didn't realise there was another 2 seats in the back there. How'd you fit them in? It's crazy. I guess it's bigger than it looks, really. A little bit cramped in the back, I guess, but probably doesn't hold a lot of luggage. That is for sure. Oh, don't crash. Oh, we got a little bit of weirdness going on there. Oh, it hasn't recovered yet. I think the Sim's just crashed. Oh no! Why would it do this to me on the stream? Why? It seems the Sim has actually stopped. So, yeah, welcome to the new flight sim. It likes to crash on you many, many times while you're trying to do things that are quite important. So what we're going to do, we're going to reload the sim. I'm going to move that back over there, change back to the other screen a moment. Not that one, that one. Game capture's gone. So there's nothing on there at the minute because I've got rid of it. Right, one thing we need to do is get the damn thing loaded up again. So let's load up Flight Sim again. One more time. If it doesn't work this time, I'll probably end the stream and try again tomorrow. That was a bit weird. Don't know what caused that. So don't forget the commands you can do in chat, !mark route if you want to see the actual route. I'll do that now for you. And there you go. There it is down there. So those are all the places that we're going to be flying, or hopefully be flying today. If not, we'll be doing it during tomorrow's stream. And well, we'll give it one more go. We will definitely give it one more go. Okay, so unfortunately the code for the thing in the top right, the TrackMe link, is going to change every time you reconnect. It needs a new code, so that's not going to work now, unfortunately. That's the way it works. It's kind of annoying, and I wish they would fix that so you didn't have to keep closing it and loading it up again, but they don't seem to have fixed that at all. So, and it doesn't seem to auto reconnect either once you've got the Find My Plane thing loaded. Go in normal mode. Oh, what's going on now? Flight Sim, great when it works, not great when it doesn't. Such a shame. So while we're doing that, I'm going to show you the while that's loading. Let's go back to this view a minute, because what we can actually do here, what I found pretty cool on this little nav map, is that down here it shows you elevation of your specific route. So obviously ground level, or near ground level there, 153 feet up to top of cruise. So 10.1 nautical miles high, I believe that is. And then off we go all the way along. Now at some point we're going to have to climb up to 6,000 to get over that, but we'll probably just go around that. It doesn't show how big or wide the hill is, but obviously we're going to go around it. We're not going to go through it. And then obviously this one here as well. Now this will be what point will this be? Shame it doesn't tell you. So oh, it does there. So to H1 Hotel India 25, which is Hotel India 25, which is actually further on down the route. It's near the end of the route. So that, if we can zoom out on that map, oh, that's actually near the end, so we don't need to worry too much. I think what that is this mountain volcano or something, whatever this is here. So we're not going to be going through that anyway. So we're still waiting for the sim to load. And hopefully this doesn't take too long. I'm actually quite looking forward to flying around Pearl Harbor just to see what it's like. Now, I'm hoping it wasn't the scenery pack that I added from flightsim.to. What I will do now, though, is it's the one with the most downloads on flightsim.to. So what I will do is we'll get it up on the screen so you can see it as well. So this is the one I've just added. Now, I will post that in the chat for you guys to see that. And you can go and download that and stick that in your community folder yourself if you so wish. That is what I'm using. That's the only one I'm using for this stream. And yeah, I mean, from the pictures, it looks damn amazing. So this is the one I posted on Twitch, Twitter, and our Discord channel as well. And they've even got some of the ships there as well. I don't know how current this is. I'd imagine this is set in. Well, actually, I don't know. Let's have a look at the description, see what year it's actually set in. There's some submarines, large number of docked Navy ships, submarines with cranes, small tugboats, red and white striped control tower. Since you all like stadiums, they've added the stadiums. Okay, fair enough. Lots of lights and beautiful reflections on the water at night, dawn, and dusk. Ah, okay. So maybe when we get a bit closer to that, we'll change the time. It's because we're doing it real time to show it in kind of sunset or something, kind of like that, or maybe dark. That looks amazing. Look at that. That's pretty cool. I do like that. Right, let's see if the sim is loaded now. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. Thank God for that. Right, let's do this and just get up in the air. So what I do, I put all my flight plans in here, so that's where I save them all, and there we go. Gate 20, and we're gonna continue on our merry way. So live time for now, and let's just get in the sim. I'm just going to update the TrackMe link that I said about a moment ago. So what I'm going to do is switch that over there a minute. You don't want to see what I'm doing here. It's not very exciting for you to watch. And I will load up TrackMe and then update that little thing over on the right hand side. Just in case anyone wants to track that. Add-ons, and we go to Find My Plane, it's called. I must check and see if there's a new one. The last time I downloaded this was 2021, about a year ago, almost a year ago today. So crazy. I expect it's changed quite a lot since then. Oh, this is an interesting name. Right, so let me update the actual map on the stream. So basically you can just use the same link but change the letters at the end. So YV00H. Interesting. Yavu, basically, is what it's saying. There we go. So that's updated again. And I will update the actual link that you can see when you do the TrackMe link. So that is going to be done now. But yeah, what have you all been up to? I hope you all had a nice day or morning if it's morning where you are. YB00H. It's actually nearly midnight here in the UK where I am. So yeah, quite late. Quite late. Okay, so at least we get another practice at starting the plane. So let's see if we can do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put crossfeed on both, ready to go. And we're going to put the electrics on. Fuel pump we're going to start on the right wing this time. And master's on. Start the right engine. There we go. You can hear the tone change just a little bit on the right wing, on the right prop. Fuel pump off. And where is avionics? Avionics. Turn that on now. So actually what I'm going to do is flip the screens just so I can see the... oh, it doesn't work. Can't turn that screen over here. Oh, that's kind of annoying. Oh, that is a shame. Okay, never mind. That's fine. Let's just do the right wing. Alternator on the right wing. And fuel pump on. Start the left engine.
Leahy ground, UKV 6170, Foxtrot Lima 6170, requesting pushback.
UKV
Okay, so we need to
6170
end that
Foxtrot
pushback
Lima
minute.
6170
Fuel pump
pushback
off.
request accepted.
Oh, I actually stopped. Wait for that a moment. Alternator on. Oh, I turned the masters off instead of the fuel pump. Fuel pump off. I did the wrong button. Right, now what we need to do is fuel control for the left engine to on. Okay, brilliant. Temperature is still the same.
Leahy Brown Hawaiian 67 taxi to the gate. Hawaiian 67 taxi to gate for using taxiway Bravo cross runway 21 Bravo Alpha.
Which is basically where we're going. So I think was that us? Let me check ACT. See, no, that's
Taxiing
not.
to gate 4 using taxiway Bravo cross runway 21 Bravo
That's
Alpha.
someone
Hawaiian
else.
67.
Is there someone else here? Oh, so look, there he is. That's a generic aircraft. So generic ACT for generic aircraft. Interesting. So we're not going to do pushback. Well, should we do pushback? Oh, I guess we can do pushback. Let's do pushback. So we're going to do. Yeah, let's do manual pushback. Let's see what happens here. Interested to know. Flaps to take off. Now in some aircraft this doesn't align properly with the front wheel, so it looks kind of weird. They end up going in the prop and getting cut to pieces, so that's not particularly amazing. As you can see here, it's not actually lined up. That suddenly just latched to the front wheel in a minute. It'll probably go in the aircraft. There we go. Hopefully one day they fix this, because it's kind of weird. Let's be honest. It's latching to the middle of the aircraft, not actually the middle of the front wheel. And it will suddenly zoom over. There we go. Okay, so we're going to get pushed back, brakes off, parking brake off. So, taxiing wise, we need to go along this way, down that way, and then basically I think across. Basically the runway we're heading to is there. So, let me bring up. So actually what I can do now is use my rudder pedals to steer. Speed that up a little bit. Right, little nav map is back again, so there we are. You can see us moving around.
Leahy ground, UKV 6170, Foxtrot
That's
Lima
oh, it does show our track on there as
6170,
well. That's
requesting
pretty
the
cool.
end of pushback.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 request to end pushback received.
Leahy ground, UKV 6170, Foxtrot Lima 6170, with Quebec request taxi to the active departure to the north.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170
That's actually us.
taxi to and hold short of runway tree using taxiway Alpha. Contact tower on 118.9er when ready.
So he wants us to take off on
Taxi to and hold
runway
short
03,
runway
which
tree via taxiway
kind of
Alpha
makes
UKV
logical sense. I did mention that
6170,
earlier.
Foxtrot Lima 6170.
We're not. That's too easy. So what we're going to actually do, so there's another aircraft crossing there. So we're going to cross the runway. We're going to head on up there, cross the runway. Although we could go down here and cross that way. No, we're going to go down we're not fully turned around either. Interesting. So it keeps zooming out for some reason on here as well. On my little nav map. Let me move this over. No, it hasn't changed. Bear with. Alright, there we go, so you can actually see what I'm talking about. So here we can see that aircraft is just going past. He's on the map. That's the one. Which is pretty cool. I like that. It shows it like that. So basically we're going to go down H and up A. So let's do that first and then take a first right. So let's get ourselves going, shall we? Brake's good. Check it both ways before we go. And we're going to taxi down here to our left. We're going a bit fast here. Slow down, boys, slow down.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170. Hold position, caution, other traffic.
That's us.
Hold position UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170.
I'm assuming he means these.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170.
So we
Continue
can
taxi.
continue to taxi, thank you.
Roger UKV 6170
So actually we need to
Foxtrot
be on the
Lima
middle track here.
6170.
We're already over our taxi speed, our max taxi speed. So this is currently taxiing up runway, taxiway A, and we're going to turn off up here, this one here. Crossing runway 12, I believe it was. Maybe a little bit. Okay, we're going to hold position here a moment. Runway 21, sorry. I think I said 12. Yeah, 21. I was reading it upside down. So basically we're here. We're going to go taxiway down to here, E. Oh, we're currently on B and then off to E. So let's check both ways. No other aircraft coming. Let's go. This thing picks up speed really quick. Especially if taxiing. Okay, and then we need to make a left here. And we're going to hold short here. And contact tower. Of course, it's expecting us to go to runway back to clearance. I can't actually request an airfield, so we're just going to wing it. We're going to go for it.
Wind 061 at 25. Visibility
So we're going to have a
sky condition 1,900 feet. Scattered few
aircraft
clouds
on the
at
runway.
5,000 feet. Temperature 27.
Hopefully it comes off
2.10.
on the next taxiway here. There's another aircraft coming up by the looks of it.
ILS
Oh, we
runway
might have to wait
tree
here.
5 in use. Landing and departing runway tree. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Quebec. Lihue Airport information, Quebec 2300 Zulu. Wind
So I wonder if it'll let us request takeoff from here.
Lihue Tower UKV 6170
I'm not at runway 3.
Foxtrot Lima 6170 at runway tree ready for departure to the north.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima.
I'm not on runway 3.
6170,
Cancel.
QNH
Oh my god.
30.1110,
It's not intelligent enough to know which runway I'm at. I'm at runway 17.
Cleared for takeoff runway tree.
I want to cancel that.
Alaska tree 00, turn next taxiway.
So that's this one.
Cleared for takeoff runway tree UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170.
Don't actually want to take off there. That's kind of annoying. And I've got...
Alaska tree 00, contact ground on 121.9er.
So it looks like we've got another aircraft coming in. Number 2. Is it coming into this one? I think it might be going past. No, it's definitely coming in. I can see the lights there.
121.9er for Alaska tree 00.
It's a generic one, so it's not actually a player. Jesus. Come on, get out of the way. I want to take off.
Hawaiian 27 turn next taxiway.
So that'll be turning down this one, same as this aircraft here.
Hawaiian 27 turn next taxiway.
Impatient ATC, aren't they? So what they actually wanted me to do was come down here to runway 3 and take off from there. I kind of just ignored that and did my own thing. So we're waiting for this one to turn off so we can take off, basically. I don't think there's any other aircraft coming in by the looks of it. So that is where they're coming in. That's why this is green. Technically, we're taking off the wrong way. But I did say at the beginning I don't like doing things easy.
Exit runway when able.
He's taking his time, isn't he? Okay, so we're going to line up on the runway. Otherwise, we'll be here all day. And we don't want that. We've got places to go. We're going to Pearl Harbor.
Hawaiian 27 contact ground on 121.9er.
Okay, so he's out of the way now. We're probably going to get told off in a minute.
.9er for Hawaiian 27.
As far as they're concerned, I'm at runway 3 right now. Alright, I think we're ready to take off. Taxi light off. And off we go. Trying to keep it on the centre line with the rudder pedals. 40. 50. 60. I'm going to go up to 70. And 70. Okay, we've got a lot of right rudder trim going on there. That was an awful takeoff. So that beeping is stall warning. That's what we're going to do. We're going to come round. Keep it at about 74 knots for now. And head back on round to get back on track. That's actually my first takeoff. That was awful. Actually awful.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170, continue for north departure.
Lihue Tower
Thumbs up.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170, continue for north departure.
Now we're just going to run up this side parallel to the runway itself. We've just taken off from. You're up. Nice little airport. Very nice. That's default one. That's not an additional one that I've added. That's just default scenery for Flight Sim. I don't know if they've actually done any improvements in this area yet. But yeah, that's all right. It's not bad. It's not the most detailed, but it's definitely okay. It's good. Okay, so expect a bit turbulence as we're going over these mountains up here. So what we need to be heading up to is about, I think our flight plan said 3,500. Where is it? Yeah, I think 3,000.
Lihue Tower Southwest 190 tree, 13 miles south inbound.
I'm actually trying to fly this without seeing it. Yeah, 3,500 feet, so that's what we're going to head on up to.
QNH tree 0.111061 at 25.
Also,
Cleared
this one
ILS
thing.
runway tree 5 approach. Cleared ILS runway tree 5 approach southwest 190 tree. UKV 6170 Foxtrot
Right,
Lima
now I've got
6170 leaving my airspace.
autopilot
frequency
controls
change approved.
on my
Lihue Tower
little
UKV
multifunction display here, so
6170
3,500 I'm going to put in on that.
6170 frequency change. Lihue approach UKV
And
6170
autopilot.
Foxtrot Lima 6170 is type Diamond
Oh, don't tell me it's
DA62
gonna
2
crash.
miles east of Hotel India 0
it's
tree
not.
2000 feet. Request flight
Autopilot
following.
on, nav mode on.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima
Should be able to let go now.
6170 Lihue approach.
And we're going to set our vertical climb. We're actually nearly there, so there's not much point.
Squawk
But
72 tree 2 UKV
Do it
6170
at 300 feet
Foxtrot
per minute.
Lima 6170.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 radar contact 2 miles northeast of Hotel India 0 tree 2,100 feet. QNH tree 0.10.
Roger UKV 6170
We're gonna let the, computer
Foxtrot
do the
Lima
ATC
6170.
I'm going to keep our landing lights on because we're below 10,000. Just for the moment, at least. I don't know if we're going to clear that. Oh, it actually shows us our position as well, our height position. We're not going to make that. So we need to ascend more rapidly. So we're going to do 1,000 feet a minute. There we go. It even shows you our feet per minute. So that's the point at which we're going to. So that's where we are. We're going to hit the mountain just there. So actually, I think we might just clear that. Sketchy. That's what I'm going to say about that. That is too close. Too close for comfort. We would not be allowed to do that. That was real. We don't want to go IFR, so we're going to stay VFR for now. Just following our flight plan, but so none of this scenery, as far as I know, it hasn't been changed or updated or anything. So this is default scenery that they haven't modified yet, as far as I'm aware. Unless it is covered in one of the world updates. But oh god. What kind of winds are we getting right now? Let's see if I can get the wind display on, just so we can see what kind of winds we're talking. Oh wow, yeah, no wonder we're all over the place. 15 knot tailwind and about a 15 knot crosswind off our right wing as well. So that explains a lot, actually. There we go, leveled off at 3,500. Hopefully our speed will increase in a moment once we get out of these turbulent mountain areas here. Now we're not going to be landing at all the airstrips, but we are going to try and land at some of the more interesting ones, I think, today. So we're coming up on H Hotel India 01. We're not going to be landing at this one. We're just going to go past this one, and we will be landing at Papa Hotel Bravo Kilo, so which is the next one after this one. Very short hops, some of them. That's pretty cool. Look, I like this. Currently 62. We're a bit all over the place because of the wind. But we're currently about to reach our waypoint here. So we're going to need to increase our altitude again by the looks of that. So actually our safe altitude we need to be is 5,000. So I'm going to change our altitude up to 5,000 because that is what we're supposed to be above anything. So we're on our turn already. It's already doing the turn. Actually, you can see that track on there as well. And I'm going to start our ascent up to 5,000. Lovely. There we go. Yes. Struggling against the wind there. 20 knot crosswind off our left wing now. And 9 knot tailwind. Incredible. I actually wouldn't want to be in this aircraft right now. The amount it's moving around like that. It's crazy. The one thing I haven't managed to find yet is rudder trim is there, so that probably would have helped on our takeoff. I haven't really experimented with that yet, so might do that another time. I'm going to increase our power just a little bit. Try and stabilize our engines there at the same.
Leahy departure air at Spur 7672 is at 800 feet, climbing 8,000 feet. Air Spur 7672 Leahy departure QNH tree 0.07.
All looks good in the green.
Continue as planned.
So map options, we're gonna turn on everything. In fact, it's already on. Next rad is for weather. Traffic is obviously for traffic. Don't think traffic really shows up too much on here at the moment. Not too much. So let's make sure we're gonna miss the mountains by bringing up that little nav map again, and just seeing. Oh, we're up and down there. Look at that. So we're still on climb, I hope. Yep, still in vertical speed mode. Still climbing up. We should be able to reach. Hopefully we're going to reach the point by that. Because that's where it really goes up. We need to be above that, so I think we'll be good. Very good, very good indeed. Jeez, look at the mountains there. Yeah, if you want to come and fly with us, then you're more than welcome to start from any of the airfields or start in mid-air if you want. Come and fly, come and enjoy the mountains. Come and see. Bit of a downdraft there, surely. Sketchy flying going on here. Autopilot is really struggling to keep up with that. It is doing it, but it's a battle, that's for sure. Let's get rid of that. Nearly 100 feet to go. I mean, we're not technically at our minimum, which is that. So legal safe altitude, that's what we should be at above the scenery, above the mountains and stuff like that. But obviously we're still on climb at the moment. That's fine. What we'll do, we'll start our descent down into Papa Hotel Bravo Kilo, and at least there we can see where we need to, what direction we need to maneuver to do a touch and go, basically, is what we're going to be doing here. So this is Barking Sands Pacific Missile. Quite a long runway there. I'm going to try and land on runway 16. So we need to go out to our right. Head on up to Hunpu maybe, and then come back in that way. That's actually what we're going to do. Add a waypoint. We're just going to fly it by. We had a stall warning. Must be struggling a little bit. Oh my god, the winds, holy Jesus. Give it a bit more power. Winds are gusting up to 30 knots, I think I saw there. Yeah, 30 knots. Jeez. I think that's more than this plane should actually be able to cope with. Right. Oh, wow. Scary flying. Okay, we're going to put our auxiliary pumps on.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170.
That's us.
Contact Honolulu Center on 119.9. Good day.
Good day.
119.9 UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170.
Alright, so we're over the worst of it, so we need to actually start
Honolulu
heading
Center,
on.
UKV
Heading over
6170
to
Foxtrot Lima 6170 4,800 feet.
UKV
bearing
6170 Foxtrot
269,
Lima
so we're going to go to
6170
heading mode.
QNH 30.04
269.
as planned. UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima
Heading mode
6170. Contact Honolulu Center
269.
on
Should go on
126.5. Good day.
On its way over there now, which is what we want.
126.5 for UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170.
So 269 on the heading bug
Honolulu
there.
Center UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 5,000 feet.
Should take us,
UKV
yeah,
6170
basically to that. So this is pretty cool actually, because it tells me bearing a distance to user, so 275. It's actually changed a bit, so 275. Put that in. Aircraft will adjust, so it's 276 now. About 5 miles away. From that waypoint, 276, we're on track to that. We're going to power back just a tiny tad. Definitely stabilised now, we're away from the mountains. God, the amount of turbulence you get from mountains is just insane. Absolutely insane. But I think we managed it. I probably wouldn't want to do that again. That's for sure. Maybe we will fly around this area again, it's quite interesting. That was definitely difficult for the autopilot to cope with that, but nearly there. So what we're actually going to do is start heading on down to, I don't know what the pattern altitude is actually. Does it even tell me? Oh shoot, I can change them. Oh, you can change it. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so we're nearly there. We're gonna reduce our speed a bit more. So we need bearing 165 next. So we're going to go 165. The plane's going to turn to the left. There we go. It's going to head us towards that VOR there. And we're also going to decrease our altitude. So vertical speed mode. 3,000 to get down fairly quick. Bring our power back, hopefully it doesn't crash. Please don't crash. Bring our power back. We're actually to the left a little bit, so I'm going to take off autopilot. Just about here, the autopilot mode go off there. So I think we definitely overshot the waypoint. I'm going to do 20 degrees flaps, just to help keep our speed low. And gear. Down now. Gear. Might have to do a go around. And we're going to do full flaps. Basically idle thruster at this moment in time. Probably going to come down a bit steeper here. No reverse thrust at all. Okay, we made it. Not bad. It was a little bit off centre line there, but not too bad. Not too bad at all. So actually what I'm going to do, go to the end of the runway and we'll just take straight off. There's probably not enough runway left to take off now. So flaps to take off. And away we go. $60. And off we go. Gear up.
Honolulu Center UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima
flaps.
6170 is type Diamond DA 62 1 miles north of Barking Sands 300 feet. Request flight following.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 Honolulu Center. Squawk 574 tree.
Squawk 574 tree UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 radar contact 2 miles north of Barking Sands 1,000 feet. QNH tree 0.04.
Roger UKV 6170 Foxtrot
Alright,
Lima
so there we go.
6170.
So we're going to go back on auto.
Engaging autopilot.
So autopilot on, and we're going to do vertical speed mode up to 3000. Let's back up. This bit is probably maybe the longest part. Let's have a look at the journey a minute. Yeah, it's taking us back. Good, autopilot is actually doing its thing. So our flaps are up, gear is up. Flaps are up, gear is up. Good. It doesn't show green, so they're definitely up. So it's going to be heading on up to 8,000, 3,000. Actually, we'll go up. Let's check our little nav map. There we go. Oh, that was quite a descent. Look at that. It looks pretty bad on there. But it looks like we can stay. Actually, 3,000 is where we're going to be going up to, so we're going to be above the minimum altitude required for this leg of the journey, and probably for the rest of it, I reckon, potentially, until we get to this part here. So this is going to be a bit of a not too long, but don't think it's on nav mode. Heading mode off, nav mode on. Come on. I don't think nav mode is working.
Engaging autopilot.
So let's get out of that. Okay, we'll do it manually on here. See something weird is going on, so we go nav. This does happen sometimes. From heading mode, it won't go back into nav mode. That's altitude. For some weird reason. I don't know why. So we're currently in heading mode now. Set heading mode to 0, just see if that makes any difference. Heading mode off. Nav mode on. See if it gets us back on track a moment. Or is it going to keep us in this turn? It's telling me I need to put P2E on. No, it's not. So we're going to have to go back to heading mode and use heading mode, I guess. Very strange.
Honolulu Center Airspur 812 is at 700 feet, climbing 10,000 feet. Airspur 812 Honolulu Center QNH tree 0.04 continue as planned.
What we're trying to do, we'll try and intersect the track and see if we can do it once we're a bit closer to it. So it's complaining about the auxiliary fuel pump.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 contact Lehue approach on 134.0. Good day.
Is it me or did he just speak with a little bit of an
134.0
attitude?
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170. Lehue approach UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 3,000 feet.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 Lehue approach QNH tree 0.04 continue as planned.
Okay, so we're 4.909 miles left, right of track. So we're going to turn heading mode off, go nav mode again, see if it intersects or not. Even though heading mode is not on, it's still using, look, oh, that's just the bug, so get closer to the track. I don't quite know why that would be. That doesn't work. Turn traffic on as well, just in case we're not looking at the other screen. So actually our rotate speed, according to this, is set to 76. Interesting. Six nautical miles to go. It says GPS on. That's me. I'm turning that. Try and force it to lock on. GPS mode is flashing now. Oh, 30 knot headwind. Holy moly. Let's drop our speed quite a bit. I think it might be back on nav mode now. I think it's locked on. GPS is locked on. Good. Okay, we're back on track. Alright, that's good. Thank God for that. There we go. Alright. Good to know. Good to know. So yeah, there we are. Little ways to go yet. So I'm going to take a little break while we're going to across the sea there. Not really much to see. I can speed up a little bit to try and increase that speed a little bit, but yeah, I'll come back when we're getting near to Dillingham, if we make it, if we don't crash in the meantime. Hopefully we don't. Let's just make sure we're not going to hit anything. According to this, we're good all the way. Hopefully it'll be nice and calm out to sea. Holy moly! I just saw that behind. Oh my god. Come on, Sim, don't crash. Okay, I'm going to take it off autopilot in a minute. Try and get a bit higher up. Gain some altitude a little bit. Hopefully the winds aren't too bad and less turbulent. 4,000. Okay,
Engaging
autopilot on.
autopilot.
Set our altitude up to 4,500. Try and hold it there. Not quite as turbulent now. Now we're away from that area there with all those lovely looking mountains, but very bad for aircraft. Or at least little aircraft like these. Through the clouds we go. See if we get any rain droplets on the window. I love that effect when you go through the clouds, you get little rain droplets. It's pretty cool. Nothing so far. Shame. Right, here we go. There's no turning back now. Alright, here we go. So I'm going to take a short break. I'll leave this up on the screen. Let's see if I can just have that visible on the screen. Up there. That's quite interesting. And I'll be right back. Enjoy.
20 minutes later.
Foxtrot Lima 6170, contact Honolulu Center on 126.5. Good day.
Going to 126.5 UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170. Honolulu Center UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 4,500 feet.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 Honolulu Center QNH tree 0.05. Continue as planned. Hawaiian 28 tree, contact Lihue approach on 1 tree 4.0. Good day. One tree 4.0 for Hawaiian 28 tree. Hawaiian 249er, contact Lihue approach on 1 tree for decimal 0. Good day. One tree 4 decimal 0 Hawaiian 249er. Center Hawaiian 274 is passing 6,700 feet, climbing 10,000 feet. Hawaiian 274 Honolulu Center QNH tree 0.04 continue as planned. 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170, contact Honolulu Center on 119er.9er. Good day.
119er.9er UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170. Honolulu Center UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 4,500 feet.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 Honolulu Center QNH tree 0.04 continue as planned. Airspur 812 contact Honolulu Center on 135.4. Good day. One tree 5.4 for Airspur 812. Honolulu Center Hawaiian 27410,000 feet. Hawaiian 274 Honolulu Center QNH tree 0.0 tree. Continue as planned. American 684, you are 70 miles east. Climb and maintain 4,500 feet. Expect vectors. Visual runway tree approach. Climb and maintain 4,500 feet. Expect vectors. Visual runway tree approach American 684. Cessna Kilo, Mike Kilo 145 is passing 5,900 feet, climbing 10,000 feet. Cessna Kilo, Mike Kilo 145 Honolulu Center QNH tree 0.0 tree. Continue to Napua as planned. American 684 contact Honolulu Center on 126.5. Good day. Going to 126.5 American 684.
Okay, so it looks like we're nearly
UKV
there.
6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 contact Honolulu approach on 118 tree.
Agency is doing its job. That's the
118
Cessna
decimal tree for
172 that was just
UKV
communicating with AC
6170
a moment ago.
Foxtrot Lima
And we've got
6170.
another player over there. Okay, anyways,
Honolulu approach UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170
this airfield here
4,500 feet.
looks like it's shut.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 Honolulu approach QNH
According to
tree
this,
0.0
it is
tree. Continue as
closed for
planned.
business.
Hawaiian 81 Airport
Yeah, it's got
is
the
a
closed
1
symbol on it,
o'clock,
so
13 miles.
we can't land there.
Descend and maintain 2,000 feet. Report runway in sight.
And we are going to continue. So this is a military reserve. It looks like this is restricted airspace as well.
2,000 feet Hawaiian 81.
Between 9,000 and 18,000.
Hawaiian 81 has the runway in sight.
Minimum altitude 9,000.
Hawaiian 81, you are 12 miles
Restricted.
west of Honolulu.
So we can go as long as we stay below 9,000.
Contact Honolulu Tower on 12.3.9.
Oh no, it's been doing ground level as well. So what it looks like we're going to have to do, we're going to have to go around that
Maintain present heading
and
and
head
altitude.
head
Tower
on to this one. Well, we are going to land there. Not sure. No, probably not. Anyway, so basically we're going to have to avoid this area here. So actually, what I'm going to do is move that off the screen, and we're going to go over to the right side of the island here. Just shrink my map down a bit. So yeah, let's do this autopilot off. Actually, yeah, we'll do autopilot off because last time I couldn't re-engage. For whatever reason, I just couldn't re-engage nav mode. Comes the turbulence again. Hopefully that's enough to miss. Not quite. So although, yeah, we've got a crosswind which is actually pulling me out to sea a little bit. So I'm going to do, I'm going to hand fly this round just for the moment. Just around this restricted airspace. Try and stay around the 4,500 feet mark if we can. Yeah, that airfield doesn't look particularly archaic. this way. Doesn't look particularly great to land on, if I'm honest, but it is what it is. It's closed and we can't land there, so that is that. But I'm also glad that we avoid those mountains on our left because of turbulence, for one. This plane doesn't really like it too much. Can't really deal with it. And let's just see where I need to be to get back on track. So actually, if we just stay right of our track, it will probably line up quite nicely. Quite nicely with runway 11 coming into Papa Hotel Juliet Romeo, which is the leg we're on currently. As you can see here, this is us coming into view here. So we're at altitude. Altitude is good at the minute. Let's get off that. So we are going to do a touch and go here. Runway 11 is here. So we're actually on a good track right now for that. Okay. 1,500 and maintaining. Visual of the runway. Not yet. God, look at those towers up there. Wow. Head out along the coast a little bit. Just going to put altitude mode on autopilot just to hold us at this altitude, hopefully. We are drifting out a little bit, but that's fine. So what we can actually see, if I show you this, this is the actual track that I'm attempting to follow. This is the actual track, including the wind. As you can see here, we've got a 8-knot crosswind off our left wing, which is obviously pushing us out a little bit. And if I move that out of the way, if you look at the aircraft, you can actually already see that we are moving out slightly, so it's pretty good to see on that little nav map that it accounts for that as well. Really quite interesting. Really quite impressed with the scenery. Not mega high detail, but I wouldn't expect it to be in this part of the world, but I mean, it's pretty neat. I'm impressed. Apart from when you see it loading in the hills like that, kind of takes it away from you a little bit from the release. So we're nearly in the airspace, and let's get ourselves cockpit. So altitude wise we're going to head on down to 3,000 now. Should soon be able to see the runway. Is actually there. There we go. So that is where we're going.
Honolulu approach UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170. Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 Honolulu approach. Cleared through the Bravo airspace.
Cleared through Bravo airspace UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170.
Right, so I'm going to take it off autopilot. I'm going to hand fly it in. And this runway. Actually, I'll take this off 'cause I'm not entirely sure how you do that. One of these days I will learn it, but today is not that day. Okay, flaps are set. Full flaps. Could be a tricky one. We've got some traffic on the runway.
Honolulu approach Alaska 10 tree is missed approach at Honolulu. Alaska 10 tree, you are 1 mile northeast. Climb and maintain 2,000 feet. Expect vectors visual runway for left approach.
And we're down.
Climb and maintain 2,000 feet. Expect vectors visual runway for left approach Alaska 10 tree.
Okay, so as before, we're going to go to the end of the runway. And that's take off. Do it all again. We're just gonna turn around, taxi around the taxiway here, and get ourselves back in the air. We're not actually far from Pearl Harbor itself. It's literally just over on the left there. So we're going to go and try and land on one of the runways. There's a runway in the middle of the harbour itself, which I want to try and land on. It is marked as a waypoint, which is November Papa Sierra. You want to try and land there, or start there, or whatever. That is where we're going to go next. Right, let's just hold here a moment, make sure no one's coming in to land. And get on our way. I think, is this a military base? No, I don't think it is. Okay, let's go. Okay. Taxi light off. Landing light is already on. All good to go. Nothing has changed. Let's just wait for this aircraft to go. Okay, let's go. Build our speed up slowly.
Southwest 2774, you are 15 miles west. Climb and maintain 2,000 feet. Expect vectors visual runway for left. Alaska 10 tree. Contact Honolulu Center on 119er decimal niner. Good day.
and as always, gear up. I normally wait until the end of the runway, just in case we need to come down again. We don't have to wait for the gear to come down, in case we need to do an emergency landing.
Departure QNH tree 0.05. Continue as
Flaps up.
planned.
Honolulu approach UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 is Type Diamond DA 62 1 miles west of Kaleloa 300 feet. Request flight following.
Coast Guard Auxerre 5, you are 900 miles southeast. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors visual runway tree approach. UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 Honolulu approach. Squawk 044 tree. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors visual runway tree approach. Coast Guard Auxerre 5.
Squawk 044 tree UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 radar contact 3 miles northwest of Kaleloa at 900 feet. QNH tree 0.05.
Roger UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170.
Okay, so we're not going to go up to 3,000, we're going to stay around 1,000, okay, 1,200. We're going to make a left turn, come back round into Pearl Harbor itself, and hopefully be amazed by the extra pack that I downloaded. Don't forget, if you want a link to that, it is in the chat, or we'll wait and I'll do it again in a moment. We'll just search for Pearl Harbor on flightsim.to on the website flightsim.to, and you can download it yourself.
Cleared to HUBAP. Climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Keep speed not above 210 knots. Expect ILS Yankee runway for right approach via HUBAP transition. Cleared to HUBAP American 115.
Right, so roughly about 1,000 feet now. So what I'm probably going to do is follow the coast into the harbour itself. So we've got the coast on our left.
American 115 traffic is 1 o'clock 4 miles at 3,200 feet Cessna Caravan. Report them in sight. American 115 traffic in sight.
I'm going to do an altitude hold here a minute.
Engaging autopilot.
Oh, that's going to try and go up to 3,000, so let's bring that back on down to 1,000.
Aloha 505, you are 14 miles south. Climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Keep speed not above 210 knots. Expect ILS Yankee runway for right approach via HUBAP transition. Cleared to HUBAP.
So there's about 3 airports within close vicinity here. So
Honolulu
you can
approach
see
Alaska
here,
10 tree, 2,100 feet.
currently this one, which is what we're flying by now, where we're taking off from. The one I'm talking about is here. This is actually an airstrip in the middle of the harbour itself. Now, it doesn't know what that is on this map, so we're just going to fly past it. It says it's an airfield in Flight Sim, but I'm not actually convinced. This is in the middle now? I don't know. It doesn't say it's an airstrip on here, so...
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 have the traffic.
We're going to find out.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 traffic is 2 o'clock 4 miles at 2,400 feet Cessna Caravan. Report them in sight.
Busy on the old ACT
UKV
there.
6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 have the Cessna Caravan in sight.
American 115, you are 12 miles west of Honolulu. Contact Honolulu Tower on 118.1 when inbound. Climb and maintain 4,200 feet. Expect ILS Yankee runway for right approach via HUBAP transition. Cleared to HUBAP, Aloha 505. Tower on 118.1 American 115.
Alright, so I think that little island is actually there. I think that's what it is. So
UKV 6170
So I'm heading over there in a
Lima
moment.
6170 traffic is 6 o'clock 3 miles at 3,100 feet generic. Report them in sight.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 have the generic in sight.
why are we still climbing? It's supposed to be altitude holding.
Alaska 10 tree traffic is 10 o'clock 4 miles at 2,400 feet generic. Report them in sight. Hawaiian 275, you are 13 miles south. Climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Keep speed not above 210 knots. Expect ILS Yankee runway for right approach via HUBAP transition. Cleared to HUBAP. Alaska 10 Tree Airport is 11 miles at your 10 o'clock. Maintain present heading and altitude. Report runway in sight.
Honolulu approach UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170. Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace.
Okay, there it
UKV
is.
6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 Honolulu approach. Cleared through the Bravo airspace.
So let's get over
Cleared
there.
to Bravo airspace UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 traffic is 4 o'clock 4 miles at 2,000 feet generic. Report them in sight.
They're in sight.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 traffic in sight.
Climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Keep speed not above 210 knots. Expect ILS Yankee runway for right approach
Right,
via
here we go.
HUBAP transition. Cleared to HUBAP Hawaiian 275.
So far I'm not seeing... Oh, I see some ships over there actually. Definitely see ships there in the distance. In the harbour itself.
Maintain present heading and altitude Alaska 10 tree.
See how good that is once we get closer.
Alaska 10 tree traffic is 9 o'clock 4 miles at 900 feet diamond DA 62. Report them in sight. Alaska 10 tree traffic is 5 o'clock 4 miles at 1,700 feet generic. Report them in sight. Hawaiian 275 traffic is 1 o'clock 4 miles at 2,100 feet generic. Report them in sight. Alaska 10 tree, I have the runway in sight. Alaska 10 tree, you are 3 miles southwest of Honolulu. Maintain present heading and altitude.
Alright, firstly we're going to do a flyby, see if there is an actual runway there. If there is, we will try and do a touch and go.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Tower on 12.3.9er, Alaska 10 tree. Hawaiian 275, have the generic in sight.
Oh, it looks like that might be.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 traffic is 3 o'clock 2 miles at 2,100 feet generic. Report them in sight.
You know what? There might actually be.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170, have the generic in sight.
It's a grass runway. Oh, we can land on that. No probs.
Aloha 505, you are 11 miles west of Honolulu. Contact
I don't
Honolulu
think it's
Tower
intentionally
on 118
a
one-way
airstrip.
inbound
Oh no,
on
it
the
is.
approach.
There is an aircraft down there. Small field.
Tower on 118.1 Aloha 505.
Yeah, runway 22. There is a runway there. Okay. All right. We're going to attempt to.
Hawaiian
Do a
275
land,
traffic
so
is
gear
4
down.
o'clock 4 miles at 1,800 feet generic. Report
Follow
them in
this
sight.
road out a little bit and do a complete, almost a 360, 180, sorry.
Hawaiian 275, have the generic in sight.
Flaps. And full flaps.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 traffic is 9 o'clock 4 miles at 300 feet generic. Report them in sight.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170, traffic in sight.
Honolulu approach Alaska 10 tree is missed approach at Honolulu. Alaska 10 tree, you are 2 miles northeast. Maintain present
Hard
heading and
brakes.
altitude. Expect vectors visual runway for left approach.
And we're down. Nice, 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 nice.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors visual runway for left approach Alaska 10 tree.
Okay, let's get back. We're going to go right to the end of the runway, give ourselves the most amount of space possible to take off. Although this thing does pull pretty quick actually. So we should be okay. Alright, there we go. What we're going to do while we're here is, let's just see if we can refuel. So I'm going to do a pushback thing and request fuel.
Hawaiian 275, you are 11 miles southwest of Honolulu.
See if the fuel truck comes to us.
Contact Honolulu Tower on 118.1 when inbound on the approach.
Don't think it will. No. No fuel. Okay, we'll have to do it the old-fashioned way and just tweak it here. So we're going to give ourselves another, in percent, another 20%. So 52. Hopefully it stays. Lovely. So I don't know if this is an additional airstrip in it. I didn't see what it was before I did the pack, but nice to see that it is actually here. Whether this was here all that time ago, I don't actually know. Don't know. So if you know, do comment. Let me know. Definitely a tower that looks like a Google Maps tower, to be honest with you, or something, because or some weird free. Look at weird. Okay, that's just weird. So I can definitely see some ships over there. So we'll try and do some slow flybys of those. Okay, we're going to do a full flap takeoff. Full power takeoff. $30, $40, $50. We're going to go up to 70, 60, and 70. There it is. And
Lihue Airport information, Quebec 0000 Zulu. Wind 05
go back to 20.
25. Visibility 10.
Bring our power back.
Sky condition, few clouds at 1,800 feet, few clouds at 4,900 feet. Temperature 26. Dew point 10.
Let's go and look at some ships.
0.06. Visual runway tree in use. Landing and departing runway tree. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft red back hold short instructions.
Okay, so we're going to stay external for this view-wise anyway. And look at these ships, see what they're like.
Lihue Airport information, Romeo 0000 Zulu. Wind 05 Niner at 25. Visibility 10. Sky condition, few clouds at 1,800 feet, few clouds at 4,900 feet. Temperature 26. Dew point.
Honolulu approach UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 is Type Diamond DA 62 1 miles east of November Papa Sierra 200 feet. Request flight
Okay, they
following.
look a bit funky.
UKV
Ships, but that could
6170
be
Foxtrot Lima 6170
for
Honolulu
a number of
approach.
reasons.
Squawk 1654.
Squawk 165 for
Some of them
UKV
look pretty
6170
impressive,
Foxtrot
actually.
Lima 6170.
Not bad.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 radar contact 2 miles southeast of November Papa Sierra 300 feet. QNH tree 0.04.
Actually, not
Alaska
bad.
10 tree contact Honolulu Center on 119.9. Good day.
Roger,
Supposed to be some
UKV
submarines here as
6170
well.
Foxtrot Lima
Now, did I miss
6170.
them?
119.9 Alaska 10 tree.
We're going to do 20 degrees. 20 degrees of flaps. That ship looks good. Still Can't see any subs. Yeah, these ones here look a bit not great, to be honest with you. You can tell they're photogrammetry and 3D, obviously rendered in some weird way. I say, don't look right. That is for sure. But, you know, at least there are some ships here. Oh, there's a sub. There is. Oh, that's one. What the heck? Oh, is this the stadium? This must be the stadium that they were talking about in the description. So let's go and have a quick look at this.
Departure Southwest 1342 is passing 600 feet, climbing 10,000 feet. Southwest 1 tree, 42 departure QNH tree 0.04 continue as planned.
Oh, come on, don't crash on me now.
Honolulu approach UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170. Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 Honolulu approach. Cleared through the Bravo airspace.
Cleared through Bravo airspace UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170.
Not bad. Trees are a bit weird, but you know. You can see the trees. Nice. Okay, cool. Alright, well, we're going to get back on track now. So, power up. Flaps up. Back on up to 1,000. Nav mode on. Autopilot. So we need to be altitude wise, we need to be 3,500. So let's head on up to 3,500. That's our minimum safe altitude above the terrain. So let's get on up.
Honolulu approach Alaska 10 tree, 2,100 feet. Alaska 10 tree, Honolulu approach QNH tree 0.04 continue as planned.
Back in the turbulent mountains of Hawaii.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170, you're leaving my airspace.
Yes, I am.
Resume own navigation. Contact Kaneohe approach on 125.0. Good day.
Good day.
125.0 for UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170. Kaneohe approach UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 1,900 feet.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170. Kaneohe approach QNH tree 0.04 continue as planned.
Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to miss this one out. Concentrate on getting over this mountain. 3,500 is our minimum safe. And extremely strong winds. Let's climb up a bit higher. God, I wouldn't like to be in that, that's for sure. A sudden drop like that. Crazy. And there it is, Conahay. So I think we can stay at 3,000 now. So I'm going to reduce our altitude back to 3,000. Will it go down? Pretty incredible, really. So Conahay, here it is. We're not going to land here, we're just going to continue on, so it will turn, do a right turn in a moment. On to our next track, which is coming up any moment now, as you can see. Incredibly built up area actually. It's more built up than I thought it would be. Okay, so it looks like we can remain at 3,000. Our safe altitude is 2,000, so we're 1,000 feet above our legal safe altitude because it's only sea. So off up to the next island. Oh dear, excuse me.
6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170. Contact Honolulu Center on 127.6. Good day.
127.6 UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170. Honolulu Center UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 3,300 feet.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 Honolulu Center QNH tree 0.02 continue as planned. Hawaiian 2 contact Honolulu Center on 124.1. Good day.
Right, so let's quickly watch
124.1 for Hawaiian 2.
just a brief little kind of guide, like a tour guide, kind of as such, from Honolulu Travel Guide. So this is Global Village, not me, I didn't do this, and it was created last year, so fairly current in its...
Honolulu is the capital of Hawaii and the main point of entry for most visitors to the state. Honolulu falls roughly into three areas that include Waikiki, downtown,
Look at that.
and Pearl Harbor. The main attraction is Waikiki, a peninsula covering nearly half a square mile, with a beautiful stretch of soft sand beach. This small area is one of the most densely populated in the whole of the United States, with more hotels, restaurants, and shops than in the rest of Hawaii. Downtown, the center and historical area, is full of sightseeing opportunities with museums, historic buildings, and famous statues. Plan your time here with our list of the top attractions and things to do in Honolulu.
Honolulu Center UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima
1. Waikiki.
6170
19th century Hawaiian
They
royalty used to
really
come
need
to the
to
Honolulu neighborhood of Waikiki to relax and surf.
Swap these islands out and make them look like this.
That's because this area's famous beach,
Absolutely
which is a
awesome.
string of several beaches dotting the island's southwest coastline, is the go-to spot for its soft, honey-colored sand and the high waves that lap the shores during the winter months. But you don't have to be a surfer to appreciate Waikiki Beach, just like that. Without a visit to Pearl Harbor, where the infamous Japanese attack in December 1941 killed 2,403 people and forced the U.S. to enter World War II. Pearl Harbor is a National Historic Landmark and also an active military base. Organized tours will take you to important sites, such as the battleship the USS Missouri, the site where the Japanese surrendered, the USS Arizona Memorial, the Pacific Aviation Museum, Pearl Harbor, the USS Bowfin, where you can get a glimpse of life on a World War II submarine, and the Pacific Submarine Museum with its indoor and outdoor
Awesome.
exhibits.
This is actually
You will
awesome.
also see a documentary on the history of Pearl Harbor and so much more. It is an emotional journey, and there is much to see. So plan on spending a day going from site to site, especially if you are traveling with kids who will love roaming aboard battleships and a submarine. 3. Diamond Head State Monument. Looming in sinewy, volcanic ridges high above the downtown and bustling coastal strips of central Honolulu. The Diamond Head State Monument is one of the most iconic sites on the skyline of the Aloha, state's capital. Many hikers wax up the walking goods and make for the maintained trail that carves its way along the edge of Diamond Head. This goes for just under a mile, passes through tunnels and scale staircases, all before offering up sweeping panoramas of the Pacific Ocean and the city. Those planning on making the trek should be well prepared with water and sturdy footwear.
Oh yes.
4. Panama Bay. Panama Bay can be found on Oahu's southeastern side and is about a 30-minute drive away from Honolulu. It's not surprising that one of the top things to see in Honolulu has to do with water and marine life. A day spent snorkeling in Panama Bay can be enjoyed by nature lovers, for sure. You'll be able to see about 400 species of fish as well as sea turtles while swimming in the bay. Remember to look but don't touch when snorkeling in the bay. It's alright to observe the sea life that Panama Bay tries to preserve, but don't touch or disrupt them too much. When you arrive at Panama Bay, you're normally required to watch a short video about the marine life and the preservation of it, and you can then take the short 5-minute hike to the bottom of the crater to get to the beach and get into cool, clear water. 5. USS Missouri Battleship. It was on September 2, 1945, that a delegation of Japanese politicians and generals headed by the Foreign Minister Mamoru Shigemitsu stepped aboard the USS Missouri. They came to sign the official documents of surrender that were to end the Second World War. And that's just one of the titanic historical moments that this hulking colossus of an ocean frigate has seen throughout its illustrious days at sea. It's also fought in 3 global conflicts, from the Pacific theater to the Middle East. Today, travelers can come to join one of the regular tours of the mighty ship, while you troops also get the chance to spend a night in the outboard military berths, just like a real U.S. sailor. 6. USS Arizona Memorial. If you only have time to visit one must-see Honolulu attraction, pay tribute to the heroes and victims of Pearl Harbor with a visit the USS Arizona Memorial. Built in 1962 to honor the 2,335 sailors, soldiers, and Marines, as well as the 68 civilians who lost their lives during the attack on Pearl Harbor. The memorial was designed by Honolulu architect Alfred Price and sits above the site where the USS Arizona sat. It is only accessible by boat. This visit includes a round-trip boat ride, a 23-minute documentary, and personal time lasts 1 hour and 15 minutes. Admission is free to make sure you get the date and time you want. Book online ahead of time. This must-see attraction is one of 4 ticketed attractions at Pearl Harbor. 7. Makapuu Point Lighthouse Trail. Less than 6 miles northeast of the Coco Crater Trail lies the 2-mile-long Makapuu Point Lighthouse Trail. Easier to track than the one at Coco Crater. This free trail overlooks the Pacific Ocean and is a prime spot for spotting seabirds and whale watching between November and May. The path also leads to the Red Roof Makapuu Lighthouse, which was built in 1909. Visitors love that the Makapuu Point Lighthouse Trail is paved and features ample benches, making it easy for travelers of all ages to explore. Many also rave about the trail's amazing views, adding that bringing a camera is a must. But remember, this path is mostly exposed to the sun and wind, so dress appropriately. Wear sunscreen and pack plenty of water. Hawaii's Department of Land and Natural Resources recommends allotting at least 2 hours to complete this hike. 8. Iolani Palace. Inspired by European castles and palaces, it was built in 1882 by King Kalakaua, the last king of Hawaii. However, the monarchy was overthrown just 10 years after the palace's completion, and this great building was, for some time, simply turned into an administration center, and much of its furniture and collectibles were sold off at auction. Stopping by to taking a look at the exterior is a good start. It's the only royal palace on U.S. soil, but we highly recommend the tour, which showcases and explains the architecture, history, and mixed use of the palace. 9. Shangri-La. The Shangri-La Museum features the complete collection of the Doris Duke Foundation for Islamic Art, a result of the benefactor's love for Islamic design and art. The largest portion of the collection is its ceramic art, most notably tile work, including medieval Persian examples. Some of the most striking examples, however, are the large architectural pieces commissioned for the museum on the 193 rows, created by artists in Iran, India, and Morocco. Other works include textiles, wood, glass, and decorative objects from Spain, the Middle East, India, and Asia, with the collection totaling around 2,500 pieces. 10. Lanikai Beach. Though not actually in Honolulu, Lanikai Beach is still one of the top beaches to go to when in Oahu. It is found in the town of Kailua. Dreaming of Hawaiian beaches, it can't get more beautiful than Lanikai Beach. It has a fantastic stretch of white sand and crystal clear waters. You'll want to dive in immediately. Besides swimming, Lanikai Beach is...
There we go. Lovely. Go left turn. And it's looking like we need to increase our altitude somewhat. Okie dokie. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to land at 1A. I think that's an airfield. Yeah, a little airfield. I think this is a grass airfield, airstrip, if I remember rightly. So 1A Hotel India. We're actually going to end it here as well. So we'll continue this stream tomorrow once we land. Don't worry, we've still got a little while yet till we land, and some nice mountains to look at, and then we'll continue on our way to our final destination. Still got a few stops tomorrow to go. I might add a few more in for tomorrow's, just to get some interesting places in. But yeah, for now I think we're going to end it at this next airstrip. Grass airstrip. Of course, assuming the actual airstrip is in Flight Sim, which it is, because I edited it in Flight Sim, so we're all good. So we're at our 4,500 feet, nearly, just under 500 feet to go, for our minimum safe altitude. These are really high. Well, at least 4,300 or something like that. Not necessarily the graphics, just the general beauty. That's the only way I can describe it.
Southwest 12904, contact Honolulu Center on 127.6. Good day. Going to 127.6 Southwest 12904.
Right, so I think we're nearly there, but I can't see this runway. It's going to be a tricky one to land on, that's for sure. Let's pull back power. Autopilot off. Ah, mouse, where are you? Right, runway strip. Is it this little thing here? I'm guessing it is. It's not kind of what I was expecting. Okay, well. Approach from the seaside.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170, contact Maui approach on 120.2. Good day.
Going to 120.2 UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170. Maui approach UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 800 feet.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170, Maui approach QNH
Okay,
tree
full
0
flaps. Let's do
decimal 02,
this.
continue as planned. UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170, contact Honolulu Center on 124.1. Good day.
124.1 for UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170. Honolulu Center UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 600 feet.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 Honolulu Center QNH tree 0 decimal 02,
I
continue
don't
as
think
planned.
that's it. I'm pretty sure that's not it. Is that it? That does look like the wrong thing.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170, contact Maui approach on 120.2. Good day.
Good day to you.
120.2 for UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170. Maui approach UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 1,400
Hey
feet.
there, first time chatter, Molokai, where the leopard colony was. Is it really? Oh dear.
Approach QNH tree
Should I land?
02, continue as planned.
Well, that's where we're landing.
UKD 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170. Contact Honolulu Center on 124.1. Good day.
124.1 for UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170. Honolulu Center UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima
Just fishing.
6170 1,300 feet.
Oh god, I'm
UKV
overshooting it.
6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 Honolulu Center QNH tree 0.02
badly.
continue as planned.
Yeah, it's gonna go badly. Okay, we're gonna have one more attempt. You just have to have one cop car.
Friendly 518, your tree 4 miles northwest. Climb and maintain 2,200
Not very familiar with the area
Expect
personally,
visual runway to approach.
but I'll take your word for that. Have you been there then? I assume you've been there.
Climb and maintain 2,200 feet. Expect vectors. Visual runway to approach friendly 518.
Your wife was born and raised. I spent many years there. Oh, very nice.
Hawaiian
Very
tree
nice.
52.
It does look a
Contact
lovely,
Honolulu Center,
lovely place.
1119er decimal tree.
You just missed a
Good
clip.
day.
Like a promotional clip. I'm trying to show it on. It looks amazing. It was done last year, but it looks
119er
stunning.
decimal tree for
Love to
Hawaiian
visit
tree
it.
52.
Okay, so there it is. We're kind of parallel to it now. Yeah, kind of. Full flap speeds. Right. Oh. Now we're full flaps. Got a good feeling this time. Okay, we've got no reverses, so only brakes. And down, brakes. Hard. Oh, no, 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 this is going to end badly. I knew this would end badly. Stop, stop, stop. Ah, we hit a tree at the end. No. Erase that from your memory. Pretend that never happened. I did say that would be a bad landing. I will get that. That's a tough one. I've never successfully really landed on a grass airstrip before, so... Because, you know, it kind of just blends in with the scenery. It's really quite difficult. Grass and water runways are hard to see, yeah, exactly that. Let's get the most amount of runway that we can get to take off. Although taking off isn't the problem. It's the landing. Okay. Right, let's see if we can get any visual aids to help us in. Not from here though. I'm going to give it one more shot. This is actually the last one for this stream. I'm going to finish it off tomorrow, but I want to stick to landing, and I want to try and land straight without veering off. So let's do it, shall we? Flaps take off. This is the first time third time I've flown this aircraft, so I'm really not familiar with its little niggly things. If it was the Kodiak, that would be a different story. But not today. Fancy something different. Okay, airspeed is alive. 50 already. 60, we're going to go to 70. Flaps to 20. We're going to keep flaps to 20 and gear down because we're just going to come back in a sec. Caribou, good for it to Australians, US and Canadians loved it. Ooh.
Honolulu Center UKV 6170
22 knot
Foxtrot Lima
headwind.
6170
Holy
is
smokes.
Tight Diamond DA 62 1 miles east of 18 Hotel India 900 feet.
Right, so I think I'm going to use that little island out there, which looks pretty awful in
UKV
the sim.
6170
Nice to say.
Foxtrot Lima 6170 Honolulu Center. Squawk 0776.
And use that to try and line up, I think, as a
Squawk
visual aid.
0776 UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 radar contact 2 miles east of 18
Okay,
Hotel India
power back.
1,400 feet. QNH tree 0.02.
We've still got flapped at 20 gear down, so
Roger UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima
still
6170.
on turn now.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 contact Maui approach on 120.2. Good day. Friendly Flight 18, you are 22 miles northwest. Climb and maintain 2,200 feet. Expect vectors. Visual runway to approach.
120.2 UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170.
I don't
Maui approach
think
UKV
I'm lined up.
6170 Foxtrot Lima
No, 'cause it's there, look.
6170 1,200 feet.
Right, so what I need to do, I need to go out a bit further.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima
Just do gear up.
6170 Maui, approach QNH tree 0.01, continue as planned. UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima
Need to use that
6170,
island as a
contact
reference.
Honolulu Center on 124.1.
That's what I'm aiming for.
124.1 UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170. Honolulu Center UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 1,000
Right.
feet.
Okay.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 Honolulu
What we're
Center.
gonna do, we're gonna go
QNH
probably a
0.01,
minute.
continue as planned.
So timer and timer up. Yeah,
UKV
do it up,
6170
timer.
Foxtrot
and
Lima
start.
6170 contact Maui approach on 120.2.
So we're gonna wait 1 minute and then we're gonna turn right round just to give me a visual aid
120.2 for
in front of me,
UKV
and then hopefully
6170
that'll line me up
Foxtrot
with the
Lima
runway. So we're gonna do
6170.
autopilot on
Maui approach
altitude
UKV
mode.
6170 Foxtrot Lima
maybe not.
6170 900 feet.
I've got it set to
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170
Go up to
Maui,
1,000.
approach QNH tree 0.01,
already.
continue as planned.
Come on, hold altitude. Okay. Okay, we've got about 20 seconds and we need to do our turn. There we go, holding altitude. Okay, so we can do our turn now. We'll stop that. We'll just get rid of that. We're missing our turn. Right, get rid of that and do our turn now. Oh, come on, Sim. Please fix the sim, Asobo. Stop crashing on me like this and freezing.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170. Contact Honolulu Center on
So hopefully this is far enough
124.1.
out to see that
Good day.
island. Guide us in.
124.1 UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170. Honolulu Center UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 1000 feet.
Not too far
UKV
to the right, so
6170 Foxtrot Lima
this way.
6170 Honolulu Center QNH tree 0.01 continue as planned. UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 contact Maui approach on 120.2. Good day.
Going to 120.2 UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170. Maui approach UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170
And
900
get
feet.
down.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima
Could have done it a little bit later,
6170
but let's,
Maui approach QNH tree 0.01 continue as planned.
Good.
UKV 6170
Okay,
Foxtrot
lined
Lima
up with the-
6170.
That's
Contact
looking
Honolulu
better.
Center
That's
on
looking much better. I can see the gap in the
124.1.
trees there that we saw a minute ago as we were taking off. Now we just need to stick
Going
that
to
landing.
124.1 UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170.
Okay, let's do this.
Honolulu Center UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 800 feet.
UKV 6170 Foxtrot Lima 6170 Honolulu Center QNH tree 0.01 continue as planned.
Oh, turbulence. Oh, jeez. Whoa! Stall. Come on. Bit rough. No, we're veering off again. Come on, keep it straight. That's better. Yes. At least we didn't tip this time. Not so much anyway. Flaps up. Oh my god. And we're just gonna stop there. All right. It almost looked like it wanted to ground loop. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, that's what I thought. It could just be I've got the trim set wrong. I haven't set anything like that. Like I said, this is probably the third time I've flown this. I had no rudder trim. I was literally using the rudder to try and hold it steady there. There's probably something else I could do to make it a bit easier on the landing, but we had a... Do you know what? I didn't even notice the wind speed on landing. Tail draggers tend to do that. Yeah, I don't normally fly them, to be honest with you. I normally fly the Kodiak. Don't normally fly tail draggers, so it's kind of new. There's got to be a knack to it, and I've just got to figure out what it is. So it's going to take time, but we'll try again tomorrow. We're back again tomorrow. I'm going to try and stream a little bit earlier tomorrow, because in the UK here it's like now nearly 3 o'clock in the morning. So if you want to come and join us tomorrow, watch some more crazy landings, we'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Don't forget to follow and subscribe if you want to. See you later.